Welcome back to MT's Corner with Myesha-Tiara, where we discuss everything involving acting. Make sure you like, comment, and share, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be there every single time I post a new video. And I don't trust 12, like, period. Like, me and 12, we're not friends, we're not buddies. I don't trust them. Hi everybody, welcome back to MT's Corner with Myesha-Tiara. I'm so happy that you all have decided to click on this video and come back. And here I am with another story time so you can get to know me a little bit better. And this story time is about the three times that I have been stopped by the police as a Black actor. Let's start with number one. Okay, so this is around the time that Trayvon Martin had been murdered. So I was still back home in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So I think I was like maybe 20 years old. I was still in college, I believe. And I was working for this theater company during the summertime. I believe it was the summer. It was definitely the summer. It was during the summertime. We had this contest where other theater companies could, all these theater companies could have a scene of their play that they were going to do. And the play that we were doing was called Indigo Blues, which is an amazing play by a Black playwright whose name is blanking on me right now, but I will put it right here. Amazing play. It's a period piece play about two Black sisters. And it's actually really funny. I mean, it has some sad moments, but it's a very funny play. Yeah, so we took a scene of that play and we went to a festival, and then they decide who was going to go to the next round of the competition in New Mexico. So of course we're all excited. I mean, like, we ain't never been nowhere. I ain't never been nowhere to college, and my college was in Louisiana, so it's not like I've gone far. I've never gone out of my state before, so I was really excited. I was like, yeah, we about to be in New Mexico chilling. Like, I have no idea what goes on in New Mexico, but I was excited. I was like, we're going to win this competition, period. We make it to a final round, so we decided to go celebrate, and what better way to celebrate than at the freaking Applebee's? Come on now. Yes. Applebee's. Like, who's been there? Like, I ain't been there so long. I hate their chicken tenders. The chicken tenders are trash. Do they even exist anymore? I feel like a lot of them have closed down. Let me know down below. Do Applebee's even exist anymore? And do you eat there? But so we decided to go to Applebee's. So we all pack into the car. It's me, the other two Black actors who were in the scene, and then our stage manager who was also Black. So we get in the car. The driver is the Black male actor. The passenger is the Black female actor. I'm on the back seat behind the driver, and our stage manager is next to me, who's also a Black man. So everybody in the car is Black. We all blackity black, black, black. So we were in some random town in Louisiana, and me being who I am, I'm from Baton Rouge, and to me, the only real cities to me in Louisiana are Baton Rouge and New Orleans. And if you feel a type of way, I'm sorry that you feel a type of way, but I feel like just because you have a Walmart or you have a school or like a strip mall doesn't make you like a real city, because y'all not really big. I don't know. And it's way more country. It's not as cityfied. That's another thing. Like, all the other cities to me, they're like, there's more open space and more open land. So it's way more country living than it is city living. For me, that's just my opinion about the situation. So we was in some country bumpkin town in Louisiana, and it was a town that didn't have a lot of Black people in it, which is, there are a lot of towns in Louisiana that just don't have a lot of Black people. There are a lot of towns in Louisiana that are sundown towns, and if you don't know what a sundown town is, it means that if you're a Black person, then you don't go into that neighborhood after the sun goes down, because they probably most likely. And so we all get into the car and we're headed to Applebee's. And so, like, I think our stage manager like had a GPS on. He was trying to figure out where the Applebee's was, because we weren't from there. And me, I always know when the police is around. Like, I have a spirit of discernment. Like, I say this all the time. I have a wonderful spirit of discernment, and everything that I speak comes true. So I'm gonna start manifesting, man. I'm like, I manifest 1 million followers. I manifest, you know what? I'm gonna manifest right now. I manifest 1,000 followers before June is over. How about that? My birthday is July 16th. So I manifest over 1,000 subscribers by July 16th. That's what I'm manifesting. I'm a spirit of discern that. But my spirit of discernment, I feel like, is so strong because everything that I prophesied, it comes true. So I was sitting there, I was like, I feel like there are police behind this. And, you know, I just kind of said it to the people in the car. I was like, I think that car behind us is the cops. And if you don't know, if you're not Black, or if someone who gets pulled over by the police a lot, one thing that cops will do is that they'll trail you. And what they do when they trail you is they're running your license plate numbers to see if you have a warrant or a ticket, so they can stop you and help you have a bad day. that's how I feel about the police. I feel like the police are here to help you have a bad day. And what's crazy is that my father's the police. Like, he's a detective. However, I live with my mother and I was raised mostly by my mother. Like, my mother and my father are not together. So like, he and I definitely disagree on some things when it comes to the police. Just here's where I stand with the police. Definitely, especially black police officers, I feel like they're blue before black. And if you don't know what that means, it means they'll take the side of a cop before they'll take the side of a fellow black person. Even if there's footage that the cop was wrong 100%, they still gonna take that cop side. Which is crazy to me, because I hear about the from other police officers I know, I hear about the amount of discrimination that these black cops face when they go into the police departments. So I would think that if you're already facing discrimination from those people, then why wouldn't you defend your own people? Or why would you even be a cop at all if you're willing to just live in this land of other people who have guns who don't look out for you? But I learned about the trailing thing from my dad. Like, I know what they do, like when they trail you. So I always know when a cop is trying to trail me. So that's why I be like real like quick with it, because I'm like, I don't trust you. And I don't trust 12, like, period. Like, me and 12, we're not friends, we're not buddies. I don't trust them. I've never had an interaction with the cops that has ever been positive. I've never been walking down the street and seen a police car and they were just like, good morning, how you doing today? Which is like building community with the people that you're patrolling. So people will be more trusting of you, and I feel like a lot of cops don't do that, and that's where the problem lies. You have these people patrolling in neighborhoods that they don't live in, and they treat them like scum. They treat them as less than. So I realized that the cops was trailing us. And I let them know. I let the driver know, my friend. I was like, yo, the cops behind you, just to be clear. So he's like, all right, well, I ain't do nothing. I'm like, that's the problem. That's the problem. You didn't do nothing, and that's why they have to stop you. They're gonna find something. But I didn't say that to him. So we pull into the parking lot of Applebee's, and then the cops pull in behind us. And you may be thinking, well, they're also going to Applebee's, Myesha, so it's okay. And then I just want to tell you that you're wrong. They were not going to Applebee's. What they do is when we pull into the parking lot and we pull into our spot, the cops pull in, and they pull in like this. So I don't know if they were going to like T-bone us. You know, they ain't never turned their lights on at all to acknowledge that they were even there, even though I knew they were trailing us. And they walk over to the driver's side door, and he comes up to the driver's side door. So my friend, he says to him, where y'all going? Y'all not from here, huh? And of course they're not from here, because we're the only black people pretty much in the whole town. And so like, even when we went outside the Applebee's, like, we were literally the only black customers. So he stopped us, but he didn't give a real reason. Like, cops like to give fake reasons why they stop you. If they have nothing on you, they hurry up. The first thing they'll come out their mouth is, so where y'all going? Like, why does it matter? Don't stop me in the middle of the night. And mind you, this was nighttime. So it's like, are you serious? You're stopping me in the middle of the night? Like, what are we talking about here? And so we're like, no, we're not. And he's like, well, you know, I didn't see you with a seatbelt on. He had a seatbelt on. By this point, everybody was out their seatbelts, because we were about to get out of the car. I forgot that we were about to get out of the car. So everybody had took their seatbelts off, and the cops just, whoop, like spun in out of nowhere. I was like, well, I didn't see a seatbelt on. Well, yes, sis, you didn't see a seatbelt because we'd already taken them off. And he had a seatbelt on. Like, when we were driving, everyone had a freaking seatbelt on. He was like, well, step out of the car for me. Why? Why does he have to step out of the car? What did he do to have to step out of the car? That's another thing I don't like. Cops don't like to de-escalate any situation. All they do is they come in at a 10. You can't come in at a 10 with civilians when you have all the power. Like, I hate that, because it makes me feel like they're real militant. It makes me feel like they are out to get you because they have a gun on their side. At the end of the day, they have so much more leverage over me. So he makes him get out of the car. Mind you, the whole time I've been recording. So this is who I am. When I say, like, I'll see the police behind me, and I'm ready. I'm ready at all times. And as soon as they T-boned us in, I knew they wanted trouble. So I pressed record on my phone, and I just put it in my lap. And I normally don't like hold it up to anyone's face until I see the situation starting to escalate to something else. Because if it doesn't turn into anything else, I'll at least have audio. You know what I'm saying? Just in case something ever comes up. So I've been recording this whole time with the phone in my lap. And he asked him to get out of the car. And, you know, my friend, he didn't want any problems. And he's like, he a good dude. Like, he's not a bad person or anything. And, you know, he's a teacher. He's a football coach. And which sounds crazy that I even need to explain him as some amazing person in order for him to be seen as worthy enough in the eyes of society. Because you could be that, or you could be somebody who ain't no good. But at the end of the day, you don't deserve to be harassed by the police when you haven't done anything, is my point. Like, it doesn't matter if you were an upstanding citizen or you were somebody that never did anything with your life. You don't deserve to be harassed by the police. So he asked him to get out of the car, and so my friend complies because he don't want no trouble. Like which a lot of black people do. A lot of us have stories about being stopped by the police just because we were black. Like, driving while black is 100% the thing. So he gets out of the car, and me, being who I am, like, I don't trust that. I'm not about to just let you get out of the car with him, and I'm not going to record y'all the whole time. So then I, like, kind of eased my phone up so I could have it on at the window so I could see him the whole time that he was with my friend. And here's where the second thing that happens when cops are, like, really, really grimy is that if y'all don't notice, on their cars, they have these little headlights where they can, like, beam them real bright into your cars. And so I believe that his partner saw that I was, like, recording them, because I'm like, first off, why did you stop us? Second off, why did you get him out of the car? Like, he didn't need to get out of the car for any seatbelt violation at all. You could have just asked for his ID and his registration and his insurance and gave him a ticket if that's what you were going to do. But the whole point was we were about to get out of the car when they hurried up and zoomed in on us. So no, he doesn't have a seatbelt on because we're getting out of the car. They're full of crap. They were trailing us anyway. So, like, I don't believe nothing that they said to me. They were trailing, or not to me, to him. So I put my phone up so that I can record him with him in outside the car, because, like, I don't trust that he's not gonna do nothing to him. And so the police, the other partner in the car, he, like, beams the light so bright into our car so that my camera can only see a light. Like, I can't actually make out figures. And I'm like, that's grimy. I know what you're doing. It wasn't an accident. Your lights weren't on to begin with. But as soon as you pull him out that car, you shine the light so bright into the car that we can't even see. As human beings, not just my camera, I can't see what they're doing with my friend because the lights are so bright. And then the other actor in the car, I'm like getting a little choked up because it just angers me so much. Because all we were doing was sharing our art with the world and minding our business and just living. We just came off of a high. Like, we made it to the final round. We're going to find out tomorrow if we're the theater company that goes to New Mexico to present our arts to the world, and we can't even have a relaxing afternoon at a freaking Applebee's because you want to trail us and ask us stupid questions. So another actress in the car, she's like, oh my God, I don't want to go to jail. I don't want them to shoot him. And I'm like, yo, calm down. Because I have anxiety. So she was just amping me up, and I was just getting real anxious. And I was like, yo, G, you got to calm down. You can't be doing all of that. All that energy is going to escalate it even more. They're already at a 10. Like, how we go from how y'all doing today, where y'all going, to I didn't see a seatbelt to get out of the car. Like, what? You were aiming for a problem. You wanted a problem, period. You wanted a problem. I don't know what they said to my friend. And to this day, he has never told me what they said to him. So they're done with him. They don't give him a ticket. He doesn't get a citation. He doesn't get anything. They let him come back to the car with us, and then they just pull off. Like, after they've ruined our night, they just pull off, because I feel like that's what they do. I feel like they are out to ruin your day. I don't ever feel like they're good people. I don't ever feel like that they really out here trying to protect me. Friend comes back to the car, and, like, it was like he had an out-of-body experience. Like, he was just so dejected. And I felt so bad for him, because I was just like, we were just so happy. Like, 5 minutes ago, we were so happy. We were hopefully going to be performing in New Mexico. And now, like, this has dampened our whole night. It's another day to be in black. Like, you know, I mean, what else can you say? So we go inside the Applebee's, where we are the only black customers. And, like, the whole evening, he was really dejected. And I could just tell that, like, it really hurt him, that basically he was harassed. That he was harassed by the police when he didn't do anything. He did absolutely nothing. Let's move on to story number 2. Oh, and before I get to story number 2, we actually did the next day. We actually were chosen to go to New Mexico and perform our piece in New Mexico. So, story number 2. I was on tour. I was working with a touring theater company. So we go to all different kind of states. We could do up to 5 shows a day. We could be in Atlanta one day and going to New York the next day. So we were Pennsylvania, wherever. We're just all over the place. So we happened to be on the interstate. I don't know what city or state we were even in, but we were just driving. We had like our van, and in the back of our van was like all our set equipment and our wardrobe and all that stuff like that. So we were just driving on a random interstate. In the time of this event, it was during the time where Drake and Meek had their like random beef, and they made diss tracks on each other. And like, I distinctly remember this being that time, because me and my tour partner, who's a black guy, a black actor, we were listening to their diss tracks on our way to one of our tour jobs, and we were like, oh oh, Drake's going in. Like, I mean, his ghostwriter went in. Do you hear me? His ghostwriter was like eating Meek Mill up. And this, I distinctly remember that was the time that this happened. So we're driving and and then the cops pull up behind us and go, whoop, 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 you know, with their little lights and stuff. They stop us, and I hate when cops stop people on the interstate because it's so unsafe. And they stop us, like the interstate's here, and then there's an exit right here. So they stop us right at the little median thing. The cop comes out of the car, he comes around to the side, and right away, like I said, I got that phone recording, right away. I pressed record as soon as he stopped waiting to see what was going to happen. And so he comes over to the driver's side and he's like, where are y'all going? Once again, you have no reason for stopping us. Because if you had a reason, you would have stated your reason when you first came to the car. Like, this is not a blind date. Why are you stopping us? What was the reason? And my friend, he starts talking. He's like, oh, we're a touring theater company. We're on our way to another show, whatever. Real professional guy, which does not matter. Like I said, he shouldn't have to be professional. I shouldn't have to mention that. And he could have been a bum on the street. I don't care. What you stop him for? If he ain't do nothing. And then he explains that to him, and then he puts his head in our van. He puts his head in our van, and he looks back there once he's telling him we're with a touring theater company or whatever. And he's like, oh, you know, we're a touring theater company, whatever. And he looks to the back of the car and then in the wood of van, and he sees that we have like our stage equipment and our wardrobe and all this stuff back there. And he's sitting there talking about something, oh, I ain't never heard of no theater company that tours around before. Well, mother, that's your problem. You're not cultured. That's your issue. I don't care that you never heard of a touring theater company. They exist. There's hundreds upon thousands of them. It's a personal issue, sis. And mind you, the entire time we're stopped, we have t-shirts on that have the name of our theater company on it. Then he takes his ID and then he goes to his car because he wants to make sure, he wants to check to see if he got warrants. Because, you know, so he could arrest him and have me on the middle of the interstate by myself. Because like I said, I don't believe cops stop you for any other reason than to make sure you're having a bad day. He comes back to the car and then he's all of a sudden, well, here's your ID back and here's the ticket because you were speeding. That's not what you said when you stopped us. When you stopped us, you never mentioned anything about speeding. So you lied and gave him a fraudulent ticket. And then it was one of those tickets where it's like, you got to come back to that town. I don't remember what town we were in. We were on tour. He wasn't even from that state. Like, I don't know where we were. We were far away from home. And it's one of those tickets where you got to appear in court or you got to try to finagle your way to get it to where you could pay the fine online or where you could try to figure it out so you can appeal it. But it was just ridiculous because when he stopped us, he said, hey, where y'all going? And proceeded to ask us these other questions that were irrelevant. And then all of a sudden, we have a speeding ticket that you never mentioned when you stopped us. You never said we were speeding from the get-go. I just feel like being around the police is it's draining. It's really draining. Okay, so moving on. Moving on to story number 3, which happened in Chicago, which happened last year, actually. So I was coming home from rehearsal, and I was taking another actor home. It was an older lady. And I'm not from Chicago, so I don't know how you say what the things are. Like, because it's not a bus stop. It's not a bus stop. I think it's like a red line. It's like where the cars are going in one direction and the other cars are coming in the opposite direction. But then it's like a little overhead thing where like there's the bus terminals or the train terminal or the subway terminal. Baby, I don't know what I'm talking about, but the terminals on either side. And people can, you know, people come, they drop people off and the people go and they keep going. And so I was dropping her off at the terminal and I put on my blinkers because she had to get stuff out of the car. So I wasn't in the middle of the street. Like I was like right there on the curb by where the terminal was so people could go around my car. Now, I didn't know it was an issue because people do it all the time. But what I realize now is that when you have your blinkers on, it means, hey, police, come stop me. We really, really want you to give me a ticket. So that's like, I didn't know that was that signal. Next time, I won't put my blinkers on. I won't let people know that I'm in the caution zone or whatever. So the older lady, she's finishing the story to me as she's like opening the door to get out of the car. And as she's opening the door to get out of the car, all of a sudden like this mom van pulls up next to me. And I call them mom vans because I just feel like who needs a truck that big? But if that's your prerogative, whatever. So them like mom van type of police trucks pull up. And this time, it's not the driver who says anything. And also, like I said, I don't care what race or ethnicity or nationality that the police officer is. They're all trained with the same thing. Definitely in America. I don't know how police are anywhere else. I'm talking about America. So they pull up, and this time it's a passenger police officer who says something to me. She rolls down her window and right away, sis is at 10. Because, like, I feel like that's where cops live. They wake up on 10. They wake up just pissed off. So she rolls down her window, and the girl's like, you know you can't park there. Whoa, sis, like who pissed in your cornflakes? Like, calm the down. I say, oh, I know I can't park here. I'm letting her out of the car so that she can catch the train. And then, because she's already at 10, she's like, maybe I could take it to an 11. I don't think she understands my level of anger. Let me just bring it up another notch. So then she says, oh, do you got an attitude? Sis, if I had an attitude, it's legal. I can legally have an attitude. That's another thing I don't like about cops. They always be feeling threatened. I get it. You're not intelligent. That's a personal issue, sis. That's an issue you got to deal with within yourself. However, me not being hostile with you makes you more hostile. Like that's not logical. You are a psychopath. So I say to her, no, ma'am, I'm not. I'm just trying to make sure that she gets out of the car to go where she needs to go. And then she's like, well, just make sure you move your car. Well, I almost called her a female dog. And I was like, understood. So the lady it was an older black lady, and who was in the car that I was taking home, and she was like, "Are you okay? Is everything okay?" And I was like, "It's fine. You get your stuff and you get on the train." Like, cause I was like, "There's no reason for me to be hostile. There's no reason for me to escalate the situation even more, cause this heifer's on 11. I mean, is she mad that she didn't get to drive the patrol car that day? Like, what are you so angry about?" And this is at nighttime, mind you. My actor friend, she gets out of the car and she goes in about her business, and so then I pull off. And as I'm driving, I see them in my rear view. Like I'm telling you, my spirit of discernment is so strong. Like I know when the cops are following me at all times. So I see her in my rear view mirror, them trailing me, and their car is like mostly black. So it's like camouflages into the night, but they turn their lights off. That's another thing. If you didn't know, these are tricks to find the cops. So they use those high beam lights on the front of their car and they turn their lights off. Like, so it's pitch black outside. They turn their lights off and they trail me. And you may be thinking, oh, well, Myesha, maybe maybe you're thinking they were trailing you. No, sis, I see them in my rear view. They're maybe 10 feet away from behind me, and there's no cars in between us, and because it's really late at night. So they trail me. They don't trail me for 1 block. They don't trail me for 2 blocks. They trail me for 3 whole blocks. They stay behind my car for almost an entire minute, to be quite honest with you. And I'm uncomfortable the whole time because who knows? I'm like, damn, is this the day I die? Like, and that shouldn't be something I should have to think about in general. Like, when I'm telling you, I've never had a cop tell me, have a great day. I've never had a cop be nice to me. So they trail me for 3 blocks with no lights on, hoping that first off, they're running my tags because they're trying to see if I have any warrants, any tickets, so they could tow my car and put me in jail for the night. Because, like I said, cops are out there to ruin your day. So I'm guessing since they noticed that I had none of those issues, then they continue to trail me, trying to hope that I miss a stop sign, or I go too fast, or I go past a yellow, or something like that, so they could stop me again and have an issue with me. But I obey all the laws, and they don't have nothing. I guess they didn't want to play with me anymore. They wanted to go harass another black person at night. So thank y'all. If you made it to the end of this story time, you are the real MVP, and I appreciate you oh so much. I'm almost at 1K subscribers on my YouTube channel, and I'm so excited and I'm so thankful. And for all of you that are subscribed to me, thank you. For those of you that watch my videos, thank you. For those that watch my videos until the end, you are the real MVP. You deserve all of the praise. You are the GOAT of all time. I appreciate you. My channel is dedicated to actors, and especially black actors. And it's also dedicated to just black people in general who want to get entertainment news about acting. If you want to watch more story times from me, more acting advice videos, more life of actors and underrated actors. If you want movie reviews, which I'm starting to do movie reviews now as well, because I'm like, that's just all a part of my acting and how I want my YouTube channel to be. Is like, so everything is acting related. If you want top 10s of things related to black people, like if you know what top 10s are, like I watch so many top 10 videos, so I'm not going to give away what my top 10s are going to be about, which is why I'm only saying top 10s and I'm not saying anything else about it. Don't take my ideas. I started at the end of April, and I'm already in June, and I almost have 1K subscribers on YouTube, so I thank all of you. I also see how many watch hours I have and how many times people come on my profile, how many times people come on my YouTube channel, and there are thousands of you. So I would like to know, why are you not subscribed yet? I'll give you some time. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna let you subscribe, and then I'll finish talking. So you go ahead, you click down there, you subscribe, and you like this video. You subscribe yet? Until next time, you beautiful, lovely folks, I love you. I'm giving you all hugs. And I just want you to know to keep fighting. Don't let the momentum die. Don't let you take a day off. Take a week off if you have to, but don't stop fighting. You could do more. You don't have to just march in a protest. You could do so much more that helps the cause. You could donate. You could sign petitions. You could do so much more that helps the cause. You don't have to only do certain things, only protest. So, y'all stay safe out there, and I'll see you online next time.